The best thing that I've heard for choir has to be Samuel Barber's Adagio for Strings. It completely changed the way I look at choir music. I heard this piece when I was in my conducting class in college, and our choir director played it for us. And you know, I'm an instrumental guy, so I don't really consider choir music something that I listen to a lot, but at the time. But once he put on Samuel Barber's Adagio for Strings, put to the text of Agnus Dei, it completely changed the way I looked at choir music, and I went out and immediately bought the CD. It's about a 9.5-minute rendition of an instrumental song, except nothing's been changed except text has been added, and the text is Agnus Dei, the qui tollis peccata, you know, Lamb of God who take away the sins of the world. Adagio for Strings has also been used in pop culture. The string version in the movie Platoon. It plays during a scene where you have war going on, but slow-mo, and then this Adagio for Strings over it kind of makes the war battle kind of serene and beautiful in a way. It's a very interesting compositional and film technique that they used with that song. And then a lot of parodies have been made on it, and one of my favorite parodies is in Seinfeld, where George Costanza's dad has a flashback to the Korean War where he was a cook, and they delivered some really bad expired meat, and takes a whiff of it, and he's like, oh, and he decides to cook it anyway for the troops, and he just decides to cook it really well and put a lot of seasoning on it. And then as he's explaining the story, everything starts to go in slow-mo, people are in the mess hall eating, and then people start to get sick, and that's when the Adagio for Strings comes in. I usually go to this song whenever I need catharsis, whenever I need to release some stress, because it just has a beautiful element to it that you can just sit back, relax, listen, and you just kind of melt into it. You kind of melt away. It starts on a B flat, and it's just a single B flat that plays really quietly. And then an E flat minor chord comes in and then changes to an F major chord, and then the melody and harmonies get even more complex and a lot cooler from there. Samuel Barber is a 20th century composer, and Adagio for Strings has got to be one of his most famous compositions and one of the most beautiful that I've ever heard. His compositions are very lush and complicated as far as harmony and melody, and he's just wonderful to listen to. And a lot of his songs are very, very long, so take time to get to know his pieces. Then it kind of ebbs and flows with highs and lows and dynamics, and with musical tension. And then there's just this one great moment where the tension just gets so incredible, especially among the voices. And you can't hear it as well with the strings. I think the voices make it a lot clearer. And then all of a sudden there's a release. And then it comes back down to a wonderful, kind of soft ending that is the tension release moment for you as a listener, and it's just wonderful. I love the piece, and I'm not a choir guy. I'm an instrumentalist, and so it's got to be the best thing that I've ever heard, and it's the best thing that has brought me to loving choir music.